Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Crafts and Collage. I hope you guys are having a really good weekend so far. I have a game I'm going to play today, but before I do that, I'm going to show you my Halloween nails up close so they don't look like a bunch of dirt smudges from this far away. They're cute. Yep. I love stick-on nails. They're amazing, and they stay on with this one particular type of glue. Alright, so we're going to play a game today with Collage. This is a big, thick folder, one of many, honestly, of magazine pages I've torn out of magazines as I went pillaging through them. Okay, so what I'm going to do today, I have no way of knowing what order these are in or anything, but I'm going to pick out 12 pages, going through them, just picking them out like this. 1, 2, 3, and you can skip this part because I'm just going to count to 12, 4, 5, 6. Oh, this isn't going to be easy, but that's the point, folks. 7. That one's cardboard, sorry. 8. Alright, let's put them back together so I can pick 4 more. Alright. Alright, the second one came out as well, so we'll take that one. A lot of faces are coming out. Alright, there we go. 12 pictures or 12 pages from magazines because they haven't been cut up yet or cut out yet. So I have the choice of both sides of the magazine page. So we can choose whichever side we want, and here's what we ended up with. That's adorable. Love it. Nothing on the other side. Love it. Nothing on the other. Well, there is on the other side. That's quite pretty. Meet now. Pretty face from Family Circus. 1979, I think. Nothing on the other side. Love that picture. That's really cute. Definitely usable. British Airways. Someone up there is looking after you. Love it. We've got some choices here. That's interesting. There were 2 cat pages came out. Where's the other? There it is. Is there a theme going here, folks? Love the eyes. Oh, delicious. Now I'm really hungry. Now I'm really hungry. Nah. Pretty fireplace, though. Okay, so this is from 1986. Nothing on the other side. She's absolutely gorgeous. I've used her in a page in the Victorian glue book. Is this a perfume? It is. Oh, it still smells like it. Oh my God. And this one is from 1993. A magazine from 1993. This, and the smell is still there. Beautiful. Oh, see, there's a theme going with animals, I think. What's on the other side? Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Pretty. Very pretty. Nope. Love the background. Is there anything visible on that? There's some dust, which will come off. Okay, so that's a good background for whatever we're doing. This says we both have to keep ahead of the game. So it's an interesting text. And a very gorgeous picture. Okay, so those are the 12 pages I get to work with on a double spread here. So this is our current book. And this is the window one we did last time. I'm sorry about the glare. If I ever get the lighting right in this workroom / studio, it'll be a celebration in the streets. The peasants will rejoice, because I cannot get an even light going. It's magazine paper, which is the problem. It's so shiny. All right, so we're working here, and I'm going to pause you for a brief moment just to take a look and trim off what I can, because I don't need to do that on camera. I'll just leave whatever images I'm going to be working with. So I will be right back. Okay, I've got them all trimmed down, and I chose what I was going to use, because you don't have to use all 12 pages. It just gives you a choice, and you can pick out whatever number you want. It's just a fun way, sometimes if you feel a little uninspired, to give yourself something you have to work with. Sometimes it works. I don't know, maybe it wouldn't work for you, but it works for me, so I'm passing this on, because I do have fun with this kind of project. I've got a couple of videos there that are just games, you know, collage or Gluebook games. So they're fun if you're feeling uninspired, or, you know. There we go. She's lovely, and I have her in one of my Victorian Gluebook pages. So she's going to go on the edge of the page, and I'm going to keep her other half for another project at some point. Or we could actually do it like that. That would be interesting. We shall hold that in reserve. Okay, so this is going to be over here. So let's get that glued down, because that's a for sure. Sometimes when you start a project, you just know that something is an absolute that you want to play with or have. So, yeah. Sometimes you just know, right? So, yeah, play games like this with your art. Play with your enjoyment of your art. Play with the process. Play with what you use. Play with the timing of the day you choose to be creative. Play with all of it, and just enjoy whatever comes, because honestly, Bob Ross, we all know who he was a big believer in happy accidents for artists and creators, creative people, because from happy accidents come the very best things. So to have accidents, you have to try something. You know, to have accidents, sometimes we try something we've never tried before, and it ends up being one of those happy accidents, you know. So, yeah, enjoy. I don't think she belongs here. I'm not feeling any vibe with her. I'm trying to remember who that is, the model or actress. Maybe the one, Charlie's Angel, Farrah Fawcett, maybe. I don't know. There was no marking on the page where the ad was. Alright, so what we've got are these. I just wanted to make sure that one went in before anything else, because she's absolutely gorgeous. This was a background I was definitely thinking about, but I really like this one. I love this background. I really do. Although, if we're going to go with the cats, this one would definitely suit. Although that could go right there. Maybe save the cats for another project. Maybe. And maybe save this to go with that particular cat picture. Because I don't know about you guys, but I tend to do a lot of, well, it's definitely the ADHD, the autism, and so on. But I do a lot of color matching in my own glue books, like ones that I don't necessarily film. I've filmed some color ones. I did a whole series last year. You can find them in the list, but I love pages where I've saved pictures in a particular color variant, and I just love that. All right, so let's get this put down. I was trying to think about topics I could talk about today, but oh my God, there's nothing in the news that I even want to touch on. I am a news junkie. I can tell you that right now. I'm pretty much up to date all the time, but lately it's just been so weird. It's hard to stay out of it, but oh my God, you don't really want an immersive experience either. Not with the way it is right now. Just weird stuff happening. The whole world is like gone weird. I know that sounds like boomer shit, doesn't it? Sorry, guys. I guess I'm the tail end of the boomer. I'm in what's called Generation Jones, which is like 1955 to 1964 kind of thing. Generation Jones. It's after the boomers, it's late boomers. I was born in 58. So I'm what can be considered either a late boomer or this new Generation Jones moniker. And it's fun. On lifeonthehalfshell.com I have a Generation Jones column that I do, articles. So if you're in that age group, you might find it fun. Some of it is humor. Some of it's, nostalgia. That kind of thing. I also have, on the same page, lifeonthehalfshell.com, I have a column for late diagnosis ADHD and autism. Because it's different when that happens to you in your 50s and 60s than when you're a kid, Very different. Okay, do I want her face, or is it kind of a little too, well, I don't know, it's kind of cool. Like just, where would I? Ooh. Right there. Okay. Yeah, she's an addition to this. It's got a weird vibe to begin with, so we'll just go with the flow, right? This page. But you know what? It's a good time of year for weird vibe, right? It works. It works. What am I at? 13 minutes with you guys. I don't want to keep you guys too long today. We are going to use the tear method on her because her hair is a lovely, lovely spot to use as the boundary. And for everybody that's been watching a while, I love torn edges more than the cut edges for many, many things because I love that hurried or rough look. Oh, that's kind. If I cut around her face, that might look kind of cute, but let's see where she belongs. Show Your Stripes is definitely going to be a keeper slogan. Let's go just below that, because that goes in the text file. Because, the text file is jammed full. I mean, honestly, I would say there's literally now thousands of titles and pieces of text and stuff in there. It's just, the drawer itself is starting to bow because of the sheer amount of magazine paper that's in it. Okay, so that's not going to be an easy one to cut. But maybe we should tear that. Let's see where we're at. Those are two pieces that I'm going to add later then. Okay, this meal is just making me like drool. This is ridiculous. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Every bit of it. Low fat, good veg. Oh, amazing. Okay, do I want to add this into this? I'm not sure I do. What other ones do I have available? I still have this night sky, and I have the rest of them over here. I didn't really bond with them too much. Definitely not that one, I don't think. Although, that is the same mood sort of thing. And that goes with her mood. If I put, ooh, that's kind of cute. All right, let's put her in there and see what happens. There's the wolf. Oh, cartoons, that might work too. This is not an I guess depending on what, like if I had nothing but a file folder full of pages from Victoria magazine, let's say, then it might be very easy to pull 12 and do a really snappy or in sync kind of double layout. But when it's a bunch of, like, there's McCall's, there's a bunch of women's magazines from the 80s and 90s, and yeah, there's all kinds in that folder. So as you can see, it's a varied mishmash of stuff there. Okay, so I like that edge for some reason. That can be the one that is the curtain. The fruits of summer. I kind of like that. Preserve the fruits of summer, because that's what season we're in, is harvest. That's for sure. Okay, so maybe I want to keep a good bit of this, but I do like that rough edge as almost like her curtain, the one she's, I'll even bring her fingers out over it. That might work beautifully. Okay, out to here maybe. All right, so with that there, if we did, oh, I like that green with the pear. That works. She's going to go somewhere because she's kind of a cool face, kind of a cool head. But I don't see much else that I'm going to be able to be compatible with. That's the problem. Maybe I might have to use this. Although that works with the rest of the page, the dining room and the fireplace. Ooh, maybe just the fireplace. How much room have I got? That much room. Okay. All right. That might work. Okay, so we have to rough up this edge, which means tearing it pretty because it's in clouds, so it can't have a straight edge in clouds. Okay. And then we're going to bring it up to where the shelf begins and over. Right there. Okay. Okay, right there. Oh, right there it is. Okay. Sorry for the silence. There we go. Okay, so now that that's anchored, we're going to clip some of this off. Okay, what did I do with my scissors? I need a bigger work table. Yeah. We need a bigger boat. Okay, so that's in place. So I like that as the lower page part. I didn't think I was going to use the fireplace side of that picture. I honestly thought I was going to end up using that delicious wow meal. Amazing meal that's on the other side. But no, I ended up using just the one I didn't think I would. Love when that happens. See, happy accidents, folks. With art and crafts and creativity of any kind, they happen all the time if you allow them to happen. But you have to get your hands dirty and start playing with the tools and so on to allow that to happen. You know? So, all right, we're on a roll here. This is a good start. Some nice inspiration. Let's set her aside and see what we can do with this bunch of preserves here. All right, we're going to, oh, they're flying towards all the preserves. That's a gorgeous picture. Okay, let's take out this side. Fruits of summer. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot, yes. All right, there she is. Beautiful. The hand sits perfectly. Part of the fun of collage, eh? Part of the fun. I hope everybody just has a fantastic, peaceful weekend. I truly wish that for every one of you. I really do. Okay, let's keep this in perspective because that's going to bend and mess with everything. Let's see where we're at. All right. I am liking this, I have to say. Even this crazy idea over here. I love it when pieces just sort of fall into place with a collage. I'm going to take this bit off. And I don't know what we're going to do with this bottom corner, but we always come through, don't we, folks? Okay, so we have all right, we've got some filling in to do, which should be interesting because it may not work. It might not work. This is old-fashioned preserves, so we're going to add an old-fashioned picture right here. That's my contribution to this side thing here. Cut this stuff off. Some things you can't tear, especially when they've already got a grid pattern on them. So, yeah, tearing isn't appropriate everywhere, but I sure do love the look of it. I really do. It's just, I guess rustic is what you could call it. Rustic, maybe. Oh, that works perfectly. Okay, perfect size. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's move it over a little bit to cover that join. Perfect. Haha, huzzah. Wonderful. It ends up, the pictures that I grabbed end up with this kind of bit of an old world, old-fashioned feel, but with some fanciful additions, you know. I wonder if this wouldn't work perfectly over here watching them. She's watching them. But not the judge. Just from here up, sort of. I think that might be fun. What do you think? Oh, yes. All right, well, let's see how this works. I'm going to pause you for a minute because this is some fussy cutting, so I'll be back. Okay, fussy cutting's done. We're back in business. And there's the finished results. I think it's adorable. It definitely works as far as I'm concerned. So let's get out our glue book. Not glue book, but, you know, gluing on top of it so we don't get everything everywhere book. How's that? I tend to cut, once I'm done pillaging my magazines, you've heard this before, but once I'm done pillaging them, I cut some off or cut them in half, and then just tear the pages away and put it in the recycle bin as I use it to spread glue on smaller pictures. Much of my gluing I do like right in situ, like in place, but some of it I have to, like this one is a small picture, so, and odd shaped, you know. Alright, let's get these pages trimmed so it looks halfway normal. I liked doing the window one. That was really enjoyable. And Halloween is crawling right up our butts, for Pete's sakes. It's so close now. My granddaughter went trick-or-treating over on the, you know, merchant area, sort of stores area. Not downtown and not a mall. It's an actual area where there are stores along a street, like older fashioned area. But all those stores do trick-or-treat for the kids and give out candy and stuff. So it's wonderful. She and her friends were taken over. Alright, so what have we got left to add? Preserve the fruits of summer. I like that as a slogan, you know what I mean? That's really cool. Now, where are my eyeballs? There were eyes here. What happened to them? Oh, shoot. There they are, on the floor. Oh, and there's the groan, right? I'm sure many of you can feel that. Okay, so I want to put her somewhere, but her face is almost scary, so I think we're going to leave her out of this. And I will put the eyes down here because I really like them. And they sort of go, and maybe they don't, and maybe it'll look silly, but I'm willing to take that risk. So, is that even? Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Well, that works for the moment. Let's see if we can make this fit into this corner. A little bit more off the ends. There we go. Perfect. Okay, I'm not covering anything significant, so let's get this in place. And I think that we're going to leave the preserving the fruits of summer kind of as a, I know, kind of a philosophical thing, you know, metaphorical, right? Preserving the good times, preserving the enjoyment of the past summer, or remembering, or whatever it is, you know, but preserving, right? Whatever it means to each person. I kind of like it as the piece, the text for the piece, though, I really do. Okay, there we go. Let's trim this. Get this trimmed. Everybody seems to be a bit out of sorts recently, people I talk to and stuff. If you're feeling that way, do something that makes you happy. Do something you love. Be with people you love. Seek out that calm, because it's up to us, you know. Okay, so this is the game. A dozen pages pulled blind from the pile. And this is what we end up with, kind of a fun page with some fun stuff going on. Thank you for joining me. It's been really nice. I've really enjoyed this. I'm going to do this more often with the games. Have a good weekend.